So, whose life are you living? That's a great question to ask this day. For whatever reason, we've symbolically taken December 31st and made it a day of evaluation. It really should be every day. But today, the question I think that we should ask ourselves is, are we living our life? Do we know what is truly valuable to us? What we value most, what we want more of, what has meaning for us? And are we creating a life based on that expectation? Or are we creating a life that someone else expects us to live? Could be our mom, could be our dad, could be our religion, could be the schools, could be our businesses, could be politics. It could be just about anything. The hardest thing for people to do in the world today is to embrace their uniqueness. And yet, if we don't embrace our uniqueness, we're going to be miserable because we're not going to be living our chosen life. We're going to be living a life to please others. And I'm going to tell you, one thing that I fully understand is I am not a people pleaser. I'm a Lee pleaser. And guess what? That's not selfish. Because while I'm pleasing Lee, Lee is kind. He is generous. He is available. And I share those qualities with all that I meet. It is not that you become a narcissist and become self-centered. No, you come from your heart first, as opposed to trying to come from someplace else. And the thing that I understand about the heart is that the heart knows your innermost desires, your innermost feelings, that which it wants to experience more than anything. And so many times we have so numbed ourselves that we can't hear what our heart is asking. And so we blindly go on by our habits. That's a great question to follow up with that. Whose life are you living? Look at what are the habits that I have in my life? And are those habits serving me? I have a habit. I love bread. I love bread. But I noticed that some breads don't work well with me. I.e., I love English muffins. I don't know about you, but I love English muffins. But they would bother me. So that was a habit, the ones I was brought up to braise or baise, whichever it is. And then I went online and said, well, wait a second. Let me try something new. Let me break this habit of what I buy. And I found Dave's organic English muffins. And I've tried them in the last day, twice. Doesn't upset my stomach. I had to break a habit to build a habit that better served. And the habit I want it to serve is I want my body to feel good. And I think that's an easy one to embrace, an easy one to start with, because when you eat food, you'll either feel bloated or some other thing, or you'll feel good. You'll feel alive. You'll feel energized. Remember, food is to create energy. Now, the type of energy it creates has a lot to do with the type of food you eat. Something to consider. So the question is, are you buying into the life that you see on TV? You got to eat this. Hey, if I ate everything that was advertised on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, or any of those shows, I would be miserable and I would be grossly, obese. Those foods will cause you to be obese, a majority of them, not all of them, especially with the proportion sizes that are prepared. So you've got to ask yourself, is the habit serving me? I don't eat like other people. I'm eating to what my body feels good with. And for the most part, I'm a vegetarian. Not a vegan, a vegetarian. And that makes me feel good. Am I saying that's the right way? No. I'm saying it's my way. I'm living Lee's life. And here's what I do is I invite you to live yours. And here's something else I know. It'll be different than mine because it's supposed to be. Because you're unique, just like I'm unique. And because we're unique, we're not supposed to be like each other. But we are supposed to be kind to each other. We're supposed to respect each other. And we're supposed to give each other freedom to be our unique selves. I invite you to make this a day of reflection, to see whose life are you living, and is that life serving your heart's highest desire for you? You do that, and you're going to begin to create a great life. I'm here with you doing the same thing. You're not alone. Much love and aloha.